And winter's just around the bend, and snow is on the way. The falling leaves call out to me, and this is what they say.
11 years old. You wake up in your Section 8 apartment, where you live with 5 of your siblings. The air conditioner was spitting water again.
That's what I have been living with, and it's spitting water.
You probably shouldn't have slept so close to it last night. Now your pants are all wet. You're just about to play Final Fantasy IX, but as you head to the living room, you notice that your dad has pawned the PlayStation again. So, you begin to realize it's just another boring Saturday. Maybe you'll eat one of those expired biscottis the nuns brought over the other day. Or spend the day rewatching Toy Story 1 on VHS.
Hey, Buzz! You're flying!
This isn't flying, this is falling!
Your dad then comes back and brings home a new VHS. And yes, you finally got it. Good movie, Snow White. Just then he puts the VHS on. It looks like something you haven't seen before. The title says Snow White, but the VHS box shows something different. Something much more golden. Then, you're traumatized for life. Let's talk about Dollar Store Snow White.
Where will you take me?
I will take you there, Snow White.
This Snow White is not like the other one. The Disney version is forgettable. I mean, I can't even remember the stupid dwarfs' names. Now, I know there's like Dopey and Grumpy and Smart Motherfucker. Now, this one, of course, you'll remember, because you got Joe, and Little Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I almost forgot. Little Joe.
Pull up that video.
So in Snow White, you may remember, there's a crazy mother who's jealous of her daughter, possibly becoming more beautiful than her.
Snow White! Fairer than I!
The only problem is, Snow White looks as generic as possible. Like there's nothing original about her. She looks like a purchase vector, reminiscent of the Incredible Bulk. The movie begins with the most pathetic looking birds. The dad bird is just trash talking the mom, saying, "You always say the story."
Once upon a time, how many times have I heard once upon a time?
Then we go into the council, and the king gives birth to a 3-year-old. We skip forward to where the mayor's making fun of the stepmom, saying something like, "One day you'll bet. You won't look any good."
Yo, but that's not for me. No siree. These Snow White types, blech, yuck. They're a dime a dozen.
Of course you know the story. From here, 7 dwarves find a woman sleeping on their bed.
So I won't trade my shovel for money or love.
And they fall in love and allow her to stay at their place.
Are you alone? Or are there more of you?
And honest, I like the design of the dwarves. I feel like they actually individualized them much more than in Snow White. At the core, I think the reason I like the dwarves is because they look like actual little people, and they're pretty badass, and some even look tough as fuck. I mean, you got this motherfucker who looks like John Goodman, you got this guy who looks like Paul Bunyan, you got that motherfucker that looks like Larry David.
What are you, fucking nuts?
Well, moving on. Snow White invites the old lady in, and the old lady chokes her out with a corset. For real, these old dollar store films did not mess around. There was one film of Grimm's fairy tales that I remember vividly. It was about Little Red Riding Hood. And it was in the back of my mind like some sort of fever dream, like Slender Man stuck in the back of your head. And you weren't sure if it was real. All I could remember was a wolf, either from 3 Little Pigs or Little Red Riding Hood, being dropped down a well or rocks in his stomach, and I was like, nah, that can't be real. My mind's just fucked up.
He had actually swallowed Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother whole.
Now we're closing in on it.
And her grandmother.
Oh dear, oh my.
I won't kill the wolf, I'll just teach him a lesson. We need to collect a lot of stones and fill his entire stomach with them.
So that's the kind of stuff I watched growing up. This may explain the dark humor that some of us really do have to a certain extent. And after the witch chokes out Snow White with a corset, then the old crazy bitch poisons a comb. Not exactly sure how you poison a comb, but I suppose it's possible. Then finally the witch poisons the apple, and Snow White dies, only to be brought back to life by a discount Ken doll.
Right, she had something caught in her throat, a piece of apple.
and the dwarves kill the witch.
Really good job, Joe.
Did the dwarves kill the witch in the original? That seems pretty ruthless. The movie ends with a crackhead squirrel outside the dwarf's house, and to top it all off, it was made by Sony Music. It had been a while since I had seen this shit. The projects must have really played a number on me, because I didn't remember the movie till watching it this time. It's like a dormant virus or something. Of course, I mean, I remember not having a car, waiting till midnight for the food stamps, and accidentally drinking Zima thinking it was soda, eating coffee beans, drinking Smirnoff, rollerblading, bleaching my hair, listening to Anti-Flag, Social Distortion, Reggie and the Fool Effect, and the Get Up Kids. Well, I guess that's enough. I guess I was just remembering this scent of growing up in the projects in Section 8. And in doing so, I accidentally remembered these recesses of horror movies, or, of course, I did see Summer of Sam when I was like 12, so I found this in the same league as that. These films, I mean, I can only find now on YouTube. Usually they're out of stock. I actually passed by the store the other day and found it, and then they removed those purchasable DVDs that they have at the convenience stores. They were selling for like $5, and I bought one for my brother, but I forgot to buy a copy for myself. Dumbest thing I ever did. Should have bought myself an extra copy. Truth be told, I might just dip on the whole idea of sticking strictly to a certain type of movie. And I was actually going to do a review on Get the Gringo, but I didn't want it to come off like I was saying to go get the gringo with these whole cop riot protest things, because it would have. So let's just skip on and journey together into a downward spiral. Let's move forward and together, locos. Y hasta mañana, carnales.